Badakhshan Province is one of the 34 provinces of Afghanistan, located in the farthest northeastern part of the country between Tajikistan and northern Pakistan. It shares a 56.5 miles border with China. It is part of a broader historical Badakhshan region. The province contains 22 to 28 districts, over 1,200 villages, and approximately 904,700 people. Faizabad serves as the provincial capital. Geography: Badakhshan is primarily bordered by Gorno-Badakhshan Autonomous Province and Katlan Province in Tajikistan to the north and east. In the east of the province, a long spur called the Wakhan Corridor extends above northern Pakistan's Chitran northern areas to a border with China. The province has a total area of 44,059 square kilometers, most of which is occupied by the Hindu Kush and Pamir mountain ranges. Badakhshan was a stopover on the ancient Silk Road trading path, and China has shown great interest in the province after the fall of the Taliban, helping to reconstruct roads and infrastructure. According to the World Wildlife Fund, Badakhshan contains temperate grasslands, savannas, and shrublands, as well as Gisaro-Alai open woodlands along the Pamir River. Common plants found in these areas include pistachio, almond, walnut, apple, juniper, and sagebrush. Montane grasslands and shrublands are also existent in the province, with the Hindu Kush alpine meadow located in the high mountains in the northern and southwestern regions. The Wakhan Corridor contains two montane grassland and shrubland regions: the Karakoram West Tibetan Plateau Alpine Steppe, and in the Pamir Mountains, Kui-Safed-Kurs in Darwaz region. South of Faizabad, the terrain becomes dominated by deserts and xeric shrublands. Common vegetation includes thorny bushes, ziphus, acacia, and amygdatis. Poropomasis xeric woodlands can be found in the province's northwestern and central areas. Common vegetation includes almond, pistachio, willows, and sea buckthorn. History: Badakhshan Province under Mauryan Empire rule. The Badakhshan Province territory fell to the Maurya Empire, which was led by Chandragupta Maurya. The Mauryas introduced Hinduism and Buddhism to region, and were planning to capture more territory of Central Asia until they faced local Greco-Bactrian forces. Seleucus is said to have reached a peace treaty with Chandragupta by giving control of the territory south of the Hindu Kush to the Mauryas upon intermarriage and 500 elephants. Alexander took these away from the Indo-Aryans and established settlements of his own, but Seleucus Nicator gave them to Sandrocotis, upon terms of intermarriage and of receiving in exchange 500 elephants. Strabo, 64 BCE to 24 CE. Some time after, as he was going to war with the generals of Alexander, a wild elephant of great bulk presented itself before him of its own accord, and, as if tamed down to gentleness, took him on its back, and became his guide in the war, and conspicuous in fields of battle. Sandrocotis, having thus acquired a throne, was in possession of India, when Seleucus was laying the foundations of his future greatness, who, after making a league with him, and settling his affairs in the east, proceeded to join in the war against Antigonus. As soon as the forces, therefore, of all the confederates were united, a battle was fought, in which Antigonus was slain, and his son Demetrius put to flight. Junianus Justinus having consolidated power in the northwest, Chandragupta pushed east towards the Nanda Empire. Afghanistan's significant ancient, tangible and intangible Buddhist heritage is recorded through wide-ranging archaeological finds, including religious and artistic remnants. Buddhist doctrines are reported to have reached as far as Bork even during the life of the Buddha, as recorded by Husang Sang. In this context, a legend recorded by Husang Sang refers to the first two lay disciples of Buddha, Trapusa and Balika, responsible for introducing Buddhism in that country. Originally these two were merchants of the kingdom of Balhika, as the name Baluka or Balika probably suggests the association of one with that country. They had gone to India for trade and had happened to be at Bodh Gaya when the Buddha had just attained enlightenment. The area has a long history like the rest of Afghanistan, dating to its conquering by the Achaemenid Empire, and beyond. Badakhshan etymologically derives from the Middle Persian word Badakhs, an official title. The suffix of the name of means the region belonged to someone with the title Badakhs. The territory was ruled by the Uzbek Khanate of Bukhara between the early 16th century and the mid-18th century. It was given to Ahmad Shah Durrani by Murad Beg of Bukhara after a treaty of friendship was reached in or about 1750, and became part of the Durrani Empire. It was ruled by the Durranish followed by the Barakzai dynasty, and was untouched by the British during the three Anglo-Afghan wars that were fought in the 19th and 20th centuries. It remained peaceful for about 100 years until the 1980s Soviet war in Afghanistan, at which point the Mujahideen began a rebellion against the central Afghan government. During the 1990s, much of the area was controlled by forces loyal to Burhanuddin Rabbani and Ahmad Shah Massoud. Badakhshan was the only province that the Taliban did not get to conquer during their rule from 1996 to 2001. However, during the course of the wars a non-Taliban Islamic emirate was established in Badakhshan by Maulawi Sharaki, paralleling the Islamic revolutionary state of Afghanistan in neighboring Nuristan. Burhanuddin Rabbani, a Badakhshan native, and Ahmad Shah Massoud were the last remnants of the anti-Taliban Northern Alliance during the peak of Taliban control in 2001. 2015 earthquake. On 26 October 2015, Badakhshan suffered a 7.5 earthquake that killed over 200 people. Politics and governance. The current governor of the province is Shah Wali ul Adib. His predecessors were Munshi Abdul Majid and Baz Muhammad Ahmadi. The borders with neighboring Tajikistan, China, and Pakistan are monitored by the Afghan Border Police. All law enforcement activities throughout the province are handled by the Afghan National Police. A provincial police chief is assigned to lead both the ANP and the ABP. The police chief represents the Ministry of the Interior in Kabul. The ANP is backed by the military, including the NATO-led forces. Faizabad, the capital of Badakhshan Province, sits on the Kokcha River and has an approximate population of 50,000. The chief commercial and administrative center of northeast Afghanistan and the Pamir region, Faizabad also has rice and flour mills. Transportation. Faizabad Airport serves the province with regular direct flights to Kabul. Healthcare. The percentage of households with clean drinking water increased from 13% in 2005 to 21% in 2011. The percentage of births attended to by a skilled birth attendant increased from 1.5% in 2003 to 2% in 2011. Education. The overall literacy rate fell from 31% in 2005 to 26% in 2011. The overall net enrollment rate increased from 46% in 2005 to 68% in 2011. Economy. Despite massive mineral reserves, Badakhshan is one of the most destitute areas in the world. Opium poppy growing is the only real source of income in the province, and Badakhshan has one of the highest rates of maternal mortality in the world, due to the complete lack of health infrastructure, inaccessible locations, and bitter winters of the province. BORNA Institute of Higher Education being the first private university located on the bank of Koktra River. Lapis lazuli has been mined in the Sarisang mines, located in the Kuranwa Munjan district of Badakhshan, for over 6,000 years. The mines were the largest and most well-known source in ancient times. Most recent mining activity has focused on lapis lazuli, with the proceeds from the lapis mines being used to fund Northern Alliance troops, and before that, anti-Soviet Mujahideen fighters. Recent geological surveys have indicated the location of other gemstone deposits, in particular rubies and emeralds. It is estimated that the mines at Kuranwa-Manjan district hold up to 1,290 tons of azure. Exploitation of this mineral wealth could be key to the region's prosperity. Sport. The province is represented in Afghan domestic cricket competitions by the Badakhshan Province cricket team BORNA Cricket Club, which belong to BORNA. Institute of Higher Education is coming up with its own team and will be groomed by the experts in the field of cricket. Demography. The population of the province is about 904,700, which is a multi-ethnic rural society. Dari-speaking Tajiks make up the majority, followed by Uzbeks, Khowar, Pashtuns, Hazaras, Kyrgyz, Kizilbash, and others. There are also speakers of the following Pamiri languages: Shufni, Munji, Ishkashimi, and Waki. The inhabitants of the province are mostly Sunni Muslims, although there are also some Ismaili Shias. Historical population estimates for Badakhshan Province are as follows. Districts. Notable people from Badakhshan: Burhanuddin Rabbani, leader of the Jamiat-e-Islami political party and former president of Afghanistan. Tahir Badakhshi, political activist. Latif Pedram, political activist and candidate for Afghanistan's presidency. Nazratullah Nazrat, Afghan cricketer. Fawzia Kufi, noted Afghan women's rights activist, member of parliament and 2014 presidential candidate. Ustad Ahmad Lahori, chief architect of the Taj Mahal.